Okay, we're on now. Okay. Does anybody remember back like 10 years ago when I couldn't handle, like I didn't want to try anything scary and like anything remotely creepy was like a big no for me? Character development, for real, that ship has sailed. Hello everyone, welcome to a new cosplay walkthrough video. So we're doing something a little bit different. I'm starting off in my cosplay for the intro because I don't have the energy to like do regular makeup and then change into my cosplay makeup and then like model the cosplay. So you're just gonna see what it looks like a little bit before the video even like starts. So if you guys don't know, you definitely know if you follow me on Instagram, but I'm really obsessed with mouthwashing right now. I wasn't gonna get into it. I was like, okay, whatever, like doesn't really seem like my kind of thing. And then I learned that one of the characters has the same name as me and I was like, well, now I'm invested. So obviously this had to happen. Very pleased. So we're gonna do a little walkthrough. Not even a walkthrough, it's gonna be more like a tutorial. I'm gonna try to actually like give you good tips for if you wanna make your own. I will say, quick disclaimer, so a lot of people like to check out the series that I cosplay from, which is totally fine. But for this one, I just need you to know that this game is incredibly grim and has many potential triggers in it. So please do your own research beforehand, look up the potential triggers. If you're not into horror, especially psychological horror, maybe give this one a pass, because I don't want anybody to like go in and then get really like upset by it and all that. So just please be safe. That's what I'm getting at. So anyway, without any further ado, oh my gosh, that's so dorky. Without any further ado, here's how I made the cosplay.
So the first thing I needed to do was to figure out how to do a zipper placket, because all of them have zipper plackets, which is this. It's where the zipper is like covered by like a little flap of fabric. I'd never done one before, and the pattern that I was using didn't have that in it. So I looked up a bunch of tutorials and they were all pretty challenging, but I did find one that was pretty accessible, which I will link down below. Is this one from Nancy Zeman? I found it really, really helpful. It doesn't make like the biggest placket, and their plackets are pretty thick, but I figured for my first time trying it out, this was going to be totally fine. So that is what I did. So I did a little practice run on a test piece of fabric just to kind of, figure it out and see how it was going to work with altering the pattern to accommodate the zipper placket, and it worked really well. I was really happy with it. So I moved on to cutting out the jumpsuit. This is the pattern I'm using. It's quite different from what her jumpsuit looks like in the respect that it doesn't have a collar and it doesn't have the placket, but here I am describing what I'm doing to alter it to accommodate the collar. Okay, so real quick, here's how I am altering this pattern. So first of all, this is the front piece, and usually the collar goes like this, so like scoops at the top, but hers doesn't do that. It's like straight across. So we're just gonna cut it out like that, and then for the zipper part, we're gonna extend. That is where the bottom of the zipper is. So I'm gonna be extending it out as per the tutorial for the placket. I'm gonna be extending it out so that it's total 1 inch. The seam allowance is usually 5/8 inch, but we're gonna do a total of 1 inch. So that would be like a 3/8 inch extra or something. I can't math, but you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna be cutting it out like further there. Cool. Oh, cool. So I actually used broadcloth for this because it was the only material that had like a good color match. I know for the record that people do use denim for these jumpsuits. I didn't want to do that because I don't really like the look of the denim, and also I knew it would be really hot. Like I knew that using cotton would be hot anyway, so like using denim would be even more hot, and I just didn't want to deal with that. So I just used broadcloth of all things. You're not supposed to really use broadcloth, but like I said, it was the only one that I could find that was like a perfect color match to the reference image. Everything else was too far off. So I bought 8 meters of it so that I could double it up. And I managed to have like just enough fabric. So for a unisex size large, if you're not doubling up your fabric, you would need about 4 meters. And if you are doubling up your fabric, you would need 8 meters. I can say that from experience. You'll have like no fabric left over, so maybe get an extra half meter if you just want to be safe. But yeah, anyway, so what I did is I cut everything out twice and then zigzagged the edges together. And this was nice because it made it so that all of my edges were nice and zigzagged. I had clean edges going in, which was really nice. Did the zipper placket, which again, it's tiny compared to hers, but you know, I was proud of it. And then moved on to the rest of the bodysuit, zigzagging everything together and then ironing it and then sewing the pieces together. Bodysuits are very straightforward to sew together. You just kind of sew the 2 back pieces together by the back seam. I'm talking about this pattern that I'm using, by the way. Different patterns will be different, but you do the 2 back pieces together down the middle, and then you do your front piece. You want to do your zipper placket first, and then sew like the crotch together. And then you're basically just going to sew the front to the back and then add the sleeves. So very straightforward. I did add pockets. The actual pattern does not come with pockets, but I had a pocket pattern from a different pattern, which I'll put on screen. And I just took that and added it to the jumpsuit. Once you have your pocket, you're gonna want to measure the side of the pocket and then leave that amount of space in the side seam of the jumpsuit so that you can then sew it in. And make sure that you pin the pocket in and see if the right side is like facing outward. Because I had to do that a few times because I cannot for the life of me remember like whether it's like right sides together or wrong sides together or whatever. Like off the top of my head, I can't remember. So I'm sorry, I can't really walk you through that, but it's really easy once you get it. So good stuff. I had actually cut out too big of a size for myself. So it was really baggy, especially in the back. So I just took in the back seam like a lot, and that was just kind of one little like tailoring thing that I had to do. But aside from that, we were good. Next thing I had to do was the belt. The belts are weird. Not the belt, not Curly's belt. I don't know what Jimmy's belt looks like because I don't want to look up a picture of Jimmy. But Anya's belt is weird. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just missing something. But like, there's no closure to it. I just want to say that this was so confusing to me because it's just a belt with no closure. Like it's just, anyway, I basically took a belt that I had and sacrificed it and made like a little cover for it and then added, I don't have footage, but I added, what are they called? Oh no. I'll just show you a picture. I added this in the back and basically I just like put it on and then move the closure to the back so that you don't see it. Boom, done. But if you're cosplaying Curly, again, you get to have a proper belt. So good for you, proud of you. Enjoy. Then I had to pattern out the collar. Obviously this is gonna be Anya specific because Curly and Jimmy have different collars. I don't know if they're different from each other. Like I know they're different from hers, but again, I don't want to really look up like a Jimmy ref because ew. But yeah. Anyway, so then I had to pattern out the collar. What I have over here is the neckline of the bodysuit. So I'm just laying it across and then tracing it, basically. And then I can just like trace out the lapel. So I cut out 2 pieces of that plus some interfacing, ironed on the interfacing to one piece, and then pinned the other piece to it right sides together so that turned it inside out, pressed it really well. And then the footage is so bad, but I'm just going to show you like a video of like what it looks like once it's done. So what I did is I machine sewed one side of it and then like the front side, the visible part, and then the part that goes underneath, that like folds underneath, I hand sewed it. And it worked really well, so definitely recommend. Then I had to make some belt loops, because again, she has belt loops. So I just made a big tube out of some of the broadcloth, turned it inside out using the safety pin method, pressed it really well, and then just sewed that to the front. I didn't sew it to the back because I didn't care. And no one's gonna see the back. But you probably should put some in the back if you want to be like proper about it, but I wasn't. Okay, then we had to do the patches. So they do sell the patches online. Cospayton is the cosplayer who sells them online, but they were so popular that like literally when I was at the page to buy them, they sold out before I could even like get through the checkout. That's how popular they are. So like, get that bag. Get that bag. That's great. Not so great for me. Also, Canada Post is on strike, so I wouldn't have gotten them until like January or whenever the strike ends. So Cosplayton also sells like the PNG and SVG files of the Pony Express and medical patches. So what I did is I just printed those off. You want to flip them, obviously, and then use iron-on transfer paper to apply them. My little hack though is I don't iron them straight onto the outfit for multiple reasons. First of all, you have to buy like the specific dark fabric ones if you want it to show up on a darker fabric, which is like extra money, right? And then the other problem is that when you wash them, they don't hold up super well, especially if you put them in the dryer. So the lifespan is not gonna be good, and if it's like stuck to your outfit, like it's gonna, like, you can't really do anything about that. So what I do is I just take some felt, white felt, and use just the regular iron transfers, not the dark fabric iron transfers, and I just iron them onto the felt, cut them out, hand sew them on. This is good for two reasons. So first of all, you don't have to buy the special dark fabric ones. But then also, if they start to get wrinkly or they start to like peel off or they start to like not look good, you can just seam rip them off really easily and then replace them. Also, I intend to buy the actual patches eventually. I can easily like swap them out when I eventually get the patches. So that's the idea there. Okay, so for the wig, I didn't want to wait to get a new one. So what I did is I actually just like took a look in my wig bin because I was like, I must have something that will work. I couldn't remember if I did off the top of my head, but I'm like, there's got to be something in there. I found this wig that I got in a PR collab years ago, and it's basically like her hair, except it just had these purple wefts. So I just went ahead and seam ripped the wefts. Very proud of myself. And then I had a wig for her. Yay. I could do better with this, and I might do better like later on. But what I did is I just kind of cut some layers into it and then like cut little wispies on the side of the face to frame the face. And I don't think I touched the bangs really. And then on the bottom, I just like kind of chopped at the bottom of the wig because it was like straight across, and her hair is not like straight across. It's got like layers to it, so that's what I did. Okay, the turtleneck. So I just want to say shout out to Dresso, because I thought I was going to have to digitize the turtleneck stripy pattern and then get it printed through Spoonflower, which would have been at least $70, which I was not happy about. But then I went to Dresso and I found on sale they had like 5-meter pieces for $10 of this material that looks so close to hers. I was losing my mind in the fabric store. Like at first I was like on the fence about doing this cosplay. I don't know, should I really be doing this? And then I went to the fabric store and I found the perfect material, and it was like the universe was like, you have to do this. You're committed now. And I was like, okay, I accept. So anyway, I got this material, very happy about it. Shout out to Dresso, you spoil me. So what I did, I didn't want to buy a pattern. So I just took this t-shirt and traced it, and then, you know, sewed the two pieces together using a zigzag stitch, of course, so that stretches. And then I just added a little turtleneck to it. I did not add sleeves because I knew that this jumpsuit was going to be so warm, and I didn't want to add, like, having sleeves would just be, it's like really bad. Definitely recommend, because I did wear this to a con and I was so flippin' hot, even without like sleeves on the turtleneck. So very happy that I didn't do that. Okay, that's it for the walkthrough part of the video. Okay. Now for the reveal. Okay, we're gonna hope that it focuses, because last time when I did my Pomni video and I tried to get full body shots, it didn't focus. But anyway, this is it. It has pockets. Yeah, there's nothing really to show on this cosplay, but that's okay. I'm really stoked about this. It's very warm though, so definitely recommend not putting sleeves on the turtleneck, because oh my gosh, it's so warm. I'm hoping to wear this a lot in 2025. I think it will be very fun. I'm making friendship bracelets to give out to people. I'm deep in it. I'm deep in it, and I'm so excited. So anyway, yes, this is the cosplay. Ta-da! I took some angsty photos and videos, which I'm really stoked about. I love the angst. So anyway, it's been really fun. And I have so many more photos
that I plan to take and like videos I plan to do, because I did buy a mini projector just so I can recreate the dead pixel scene, which I think is really gonna be good. And then next week I'm doing a secret little photo shoot. I want it to be a surprise what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be very fun if it works out. It's gonna be very experimental, but anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Also, if you have any questions that, like, if there's anything in this video that didn't make sense about making the cosplay, you have questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll do my best to reply to all of them. And yeah, anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you guys all next time. But until the pan faces, please be sure to take care. Bye.